The 13th Festival of Pacific Arts and Culture came to a close on Sunday as delegates from across the Pacific took part as Hawaii hosted the event for the first time. Joining us now to talk story about how it went and other topics here in the islands is Governor Josh Green. Aloha and good morning, Governor. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
You had a very busy weekend specifically with FestPac. How do you feel like it went?
It was incredible. All the thanks go to Aaron Salah and Makanani, his wife, and Jamie, and all their teams. It was amazing. We had anticipated maybe 50 to 60,000 of our own people going to visit the many exhibitions and performances. We ended up having over 500,000 of us went, and just people came together. It brought the Pacific together unlike ever before in Hawaii, so I'm grateful.
The events were incredible. The venues were stunning. What you saw at the Hawaii Convention Center, just breathtaking stuff. Now, these venues were fantastic. A venue that we don't have for future events, maybe not like FestPac, but concerts, etc., is the new Aloha Stadium. Any update on that project?
Yeah, I'll give you the final decision within the next 2 weeks. It looks good. We have a fantastic plan, and it looks like the choice that appears to be getting made in the next few moments is going to be a great one for us. I would love to see having a stadium in the future for all of Hawaii. Look, that was probably the one thing that we could have filled. I can't believe I'm saying this, but we could have filled a 25,000 or 30,000 person stadium for FestPac because it was so popular. So I'm grateful for the event we just had. We did it at the convention center with albizia trees and the hales and all the 3,000 delegates that came from 25 nations. But we probably could have also filled a stadium.
Yeah, those holidays were so cool at the Hawaii Convention Center.
Yes.
Switching gears a little bit, we did have a power outage that was major in downtown Honolulu. We've had some power outages basically due to infrastructure East Honolulu with albizia trees, like you just mentioned, in the ko'olaus. We've had some in central Oahu. Do you feel like Hawaiian Electric is using enough of its revenue to invest in their infrastructure to keep the lights on?
That's a very interesting topic to discuss, because as we go through the settlements, which we should do to make sure people are made whole and cared for in Maui, the question will be, do we end up seeing HECO hobbled, or will they have enough resource to care for the whole state? And so my team is working kind of feverishly to make sure that the settlements are both kind and generous to anyone who struggled or suffered on Maui, and that we can go forward as a state. The rolling blackouts are a concern. HECO's going to have money if they're going to continue to be essentially our primary energy team. So the settlement will tell the tale going forward. I have to be mindful of that, because I can't leave us in a position where HECO is too weak to do all of the renewable energy and all of the energy work that you just talked about. Even my own office over at the state capitol didn't have power once last week. So we're kind of right at the tipping point. We'll solve the problem.
Switching gears to Maui, Kalai'ola as well as Kilohana are underway. Who do you think that this will help the most as far as the Lahaina wildfire survivors?
Will definitely help anyone who was displaced by the wildfires. Pretty extraordinary situation. So now 93% plus of the people that were in hotels have gone, and they're now staying in long-term housing. But we have 450 units that the state's building, 169 that the feds are building right in the same area. I'd like to move people out of long-term rentals into those houses, because it will be more affordable for our people. It won't draw down tax dollars at all. So those who didn't qualify for FEMA, some of them will go in there. Others that FEMA feels are better suited in small houses will go. And then over time, and you'll hear me announce this in the coming maybe 3 months, we'll have details about a large housing build that we'd like to plan with the blessing of the people of Maui for anyone who lost their home. And that's very important, because over the next 3 to 5 years, we have to build thousands of houses. So people will go into these transitional houses. We have 1,044 transitional houses teed up to be built. Very affordable. The price point is way lower than a traditional house. It's like around closer to 200 grand a house. Those will then be usable for other things like workforce housing later, but permanent housing is going to be where it's at. And we need to make sure that through the settlement, we build permanent housing. That's my plan.
We haven't talked to you about COVID in a long time because we've had some good numbers, but we have seen a spike in cases lately, and there is a new variant out there. What's your level of concern?
It's modest. It's not nothing, right? So the positivity rate's been pretty high. I think it peaked over 15%. So that means over 15% of the people who went and got a test for upper respiratory, like cough, fever, sore throat, headache, they tested positive for COVID. There also was a slight bump in the number of people that were hospitalized. So we're still recommending people get vaccinated against, all the variants. Be careful. If you have a fever or cough or headache, wear a mask to work, or really stay home, frankly. This season, you're going to see, like the other years, some bump in COVID. It's not nearly as bad as when we had the Delta variant and we had over 400 people in the hospital, but we actually had a bit of a scare. I wanted to make sure we didn't spook anybody, but during the FestPac, we did amp up the number of tests, the number of masks, and actually testing before people went back or going back to their nations. Many thanks to Dr. Miskovich, to Jim Ireland, to the mayor, because we just quietly handled it. So we were getting like maybe 15% of the people that got tested at the festival were being positive. So we had to make sure they were isolated and not spreading. So it's there. It's something we live with now. I don't want to see our hospitals fill up again, though.
Yeah, always got to be proactive when it comes to that. Governor Green, thank you so much for taking out the time this morning. I know you had a busy weekend with FestPac, but congratulations on that. It was a wonderful event.
Yeah, just thank you, Hawaii, for showing so much aloha for these 3,000 delegates that came. Unforgettable for them, incredible thing for Hawaii.
All right, aloha, Governor.
Aloha.